Rockeyez would like to welcome Madam Mayhem. Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
No problem. You have a new CD coming out, Now You Know, October 16th?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get right into it. Tell me a little bit about it. I noticed there's quite a bit of tracks what was sent over to me. I'm not exactly sure, but it's way over 10, you know?
Yes. So there are 14 tracks on the record.
Right. So tell me a little bit about, let's go down track by track and you tell me a little bit about each song. How's that?
That could work.
Cool. Let's start off, I guess the first song is Monster, which is the video.
Yep.
Tell me a little about it.
Well, Monster, it's also, it's the first single off the record, and it's kind of a song that really helped me overcome a bunch of, kind of a cloud of negativity that was hanging over me when I was, right before I started writing this record, and it's kind of about dealing with how society thinks you are and people trying to make you a certain way, and then you just trying to break out into who you want to be and embrace yourself as a person. And that's really what Monster is about. And the video was a lot of fun because got to play with cool, creepy monster contact lenses and got to put me in a straitjacket. So
cool.
I'm sure a lot of people wanted to see that.
Yeah, I watched it, so, it's cool. Cool. Tell me a little bit about Perfect Nightmare.
Perfect Nightmare is a really cool sounding song that I just kind of wanted to creep people out a little bit. So that was really the idea of that one.
Right. How about Something Better?
Something Better, and then the tagline of Now You Know gave the name of the album. That one is my little love letter, however you want to take that, to the music industry and just the frustration of, hi, I'm here to stay, not going anywhere. Now you know who I am, and kind of an introduction. Right.
With the record industry, is it really who you know, how good you are, or how's that work now? I know before it was payola and whatever. To really break into music, how is it now?
I really wish I could tell you. I think I'm just figuring it out along the way. For me, it's actually, starting off, of course, independently and just trying to get my sound out there and just wanting to play. I think there's just, everything could be really welcoming when you get to that point, but you got to make it happen for yourself first and foremost.
Right. Let's go to the next song, Left for Dead.
That one is a little bit of a complicated relationship / a little bit of a complicated relationship within yourself. Whatever you thought your perfect little life was really isn't, and was really holding you back the whole time.
Right. Now, going back to the last song you were saying about the record label and stuff like that, and independently and, signed to a label. Now you're signed to a label and stuff like that. Before you were working independently. What's better?
I have some help now. I really think that's the major thing. I love this whole industry inside and out. I wouldn't be anywhere else. So I'm definitely not, saying anything horrible about it, because it's what where would I be without it?
Right.
But, being independent is an amazing thing, but it's also, how many hats can one person wear in a day and still play a show with all my heart. And I think that's what I'm really excited about working with the label, is being able to really just immerse myself in my art. And I really trust these guys, so I'm really excited about it.
Cool. Let's go to the next track, Witchcraft. Tell me a little bit about it.
A little bit about a spell that someone can really put on someone no matter where they are. It's definitely an empowering song.
Yeah, I think that way sometimes when I'm driving, on the Garden State Parkway, and I guess you know what I mean.
Absolutely, yes. I have much experience on the Garden State Parkway, that's for sure.
Right. So, I wish I had some of that spell myself.
Yeah.
So, let's go to the next track, More Than Misery.
That one is, basically being a glutton for punishment in whatever relationship and situation you're in. It's like beyond misery. You don't even know what it is. It's just, when you're at that breaking point and you just can't handle it anymore.
Right. Being a female vocalist and stuff like that, do you ever get overzealous fans, trying to get attached to you?
I don't know if it makes a difference being a chick or not, honestly. I've seen some of my guy friends that are in this industry, and those girls, man.
I believe it.
I mean, love it. It depends. Like, as long as it's a fan that loves the music and is as long as I'm not, like, in danger, I don't really mind much, so... Yeah, I think either way, an overzealous fan's an overzealous fan. I haven't noticed anything particular towards me just because of me being a female as opposed to a dude having that experience. So right. I've been fortunate so far.
Cool. Let's go to the next song, Better Days.
Better Days is really one of those songs that I wrote. I was going through a rough time. My mom was sick at the time. She's now doing much better. And then also just playing off of, there was a lot of bullying going on with some people I knew, and I just kind of wanted to put that all into one song and just be like, listen, today sucks. It will get better, and it's just one of those uplifting ones.
Cool. After 2 a.m.
After 2 a.m. is one of those really dysfunctional relationships where, you don't know what you are at that point. And, yeah.
Do you have any ritual before you go on stage?
I have a few. I mean, I warm up. I drink the same type of tea for my throat. Being classically trained singer, I kind of had that stuff, hammered into me at a young age. So even though now, like, being in this hard rock metal world, everyone's like really chill about stuff, and they're just warming up. I actually take the classical route before I get out there, just because I'm so used to it.
Right. Cool. What about Nothing to Lose?
Nothing to Lose is really about people, being able to take that chance, get out there on their own, and make something of themselves.
Cool. How about Under the Microscope?
Under the Microscope's a little bit political, a little bit not. It's really about how, people perceive things. Like, you can watch the news on 700 different channels that they might say something a little different each time, and it's really based on perception, and also in a sense of you can't hide. People can see you everywhere, so Under the Microscope.
So what do you think about Donald Trump?
That's a whole other story.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of press.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because of his hair or his view.
Whatever it is, he knows how to work it. Yeah, he knows how to work it.
He knows how to get under people's skin, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So that's very cool. How about Sacrifice?
Sacrifice is me unleashing my frustrations about, just what I've been dealing with, the sacrifices people have to make in order to get to where they want to be, no matter what the cost. Right.
That's cool. How about Pain?
Pain is, I would say it's like the most loved song I will ever write, probably. It's not necessarily about a specific person, but just about, having that someone in your life or something in your life, like for me, my music, that can really just make everything okay.
Right. Wow. When you're doing a live show and you see all these people with their cell phones really not paying attention to the music but just trying to get a video to stick on YouTube, does it upset you?
I don't know if it upsets me. I mean, I know when I'm performing, I'm completely into it, and I just want people to, feel what I feel, and I want to give off that vibe. So, I mean, if everyone was just standing there, it might be a little frustrating, but if they're trying to get a shot and they're jamming at the same time, then that's fine. If they're just texting, not as cool. It'd be mixed feelings for that.
Right. Wow. How about Can't Stand?
Can't Stand is, actually from a story that I had back in the past, being in this industry with a lot of fellow musicians who've tried to make it like me, people who've made it to a certain degree and really, some people get it to their heads, rock stars without being rock stars, I guess, right. And just speaking based on that, and then the people that really fall down from that and how to get back up. It's really all about hard work, so it's just about that.
Cool. Do you feel sex still, is a force in music? Like, when you dress provocatively and stuff like that, people pay more attention to you?
I mean, I like to dress the way that I dress, which sometimes can be provocatively, just because it's how I dress all the time, for the most part. Attention, sure. But I I mean, I'm sure it plays a part still. But I mean, sometimes I see dudes in the same outfits as me, so you can't really say much about that. It's really all about how much, it's also the shock factor, but it's also what you're comfortable in. And I mean, if it helps, it helps. But as long as it's mostly about the music, that's all I really care about.
Cool. Anyone who had a heart.
That is a Dionne Warwick cover song that Billy and I listened to a few songs in his studio. He has like a huge library of all these great songs, and it's one of those classics. I mean, like Burt Bacharach,
right.
wrote it, and we thought it could be cool to kind of put a little like grit to it, and still, play off of it and make it a little more heavy, and so we just had fun with it. So that's the cover song, and we thought it was kind of out of left field, so wanted to throw everyone off.
Excellent. Tell me a little bit about the musicians on this CD.
Well, you have Billy Sheehan, who produced and co-wrote most of the songs with me. Ray Luzier is playing on drums, which is so cool. He's playing drums on everything. You got Bumblefoot, who is playing some crazy solos. He even did a fretless guitar solo on Witchcraft, which you'll be able to hear when you get the record. It's insane. And then you have Russ Parrish, also known as Satchel from Steel Panther. He played some incredible stuff. Watching him in the studio was just such a cool experience. And Corey Lowery, who co-wrote some of the songs with me, including the single Monster, and also has some stuff on there. So it's a lot of heavy hitters, and I'm really, really glad that they, liked the stuff enough to, come in and contribute.
Cool. Will you do any touring, through the whole United States this year?
That's the plan. Whether it's this year or next, we're still working out those details, but as soon as we get the final word, we will announce it.
Right. Now, you live in New York City, right?
I'm actually right outside at the moment, but that is where I'm from, yes.
Right. How's it living in New York City? I mean, I'm from Brooklyn. I moved to Jersey and stuff like that. But, just going over to the city, everything's so hectic. It's like little ants running all over the place.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I was born in Manhattan, and I actually grew up in Jersey most of my life, even though I'm a New Yorker, through and through. I mean, I love the chaos. I go out to L.A. a lot for work. I've recorded most, the record we did out in L.A., and it's great, but... I mean, there's nothing like New York.
Right.
You might get overwhelmed sometimes, but the second you leave, you're gone, and you miss it. So, I mean, I don't do well with the relaxed sense of anything, so
right.
Always being on the move and being just walking by, not having to greet everyone every 5 seconds, everywhere you go, and just get it done. I love that. So New York is definitely my home for a while.
Right.
But there's also a certain, a special place in my heart for Jersey, too, because, I've spent so much time over here.
Right. What are your hopes for this release once it's out?
My hope is that people really listen to the record and that they can, relate to it. I'm very proud of it. I think it's a really great record sonically, and I think that because we told the truth in all these songs that people will be able to relate, because I can't be the only one who's dealt with all these issues or had these struggles, and I hope people just like it, and I hope I can go and play live and be able to perform it for people.
Cool. Can you tell me anything about the label?
It is a label that we're going out through Red. The label is 71st Street Music and Headball Records, and it's they're new.
Right.
So it's great because it really caters to me as much as I can, it's kind of like a team. It's a teamwork thing.
Right.
I guess is the best way to say it, and I love that feeling, and I couldn't be happier.
Cool. Now October 16th, Madam Mayhem.
Yes,
it was
sir.
great talking to you, and I really appreciate you giving us a call today. And would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
I would just like to say, hope you enjoy the album out October 16th, and in the meantime, just keep up with the Mayhem on social media. It's me, so give me a shout-out, say hi, check out the video, and hope to see you at the shows in New Jersey coming up soon, too.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.